Hey guys, it's Goosebumps Completionist, and today I'm bringing you an impromptu Goosebumps talk type of video because this news just dropped. Well, it's not really news, but a listing on Amazon just dropped with the title of a book that R.L. Stine is supposedly making, and it has something to do with Goosebumps Lost Media, so we're going to be discussing it here. Now, this news just dropped today. It kind of broke out on Twitter and the Goosebumps Twitter groups that I'm a part of. And we're all into Lost Media. You know, Jude DeLuca out there is pretty much owed for this entire thing here. So Jude DeLuca, they write for a website called Point Horror. And Jude interviewed a guy by the name of Jimmy S. He was a child in 1994 when he submitted a title to name a Goosebumps. That's what the contest was called. And supposedly, digging on archive, there was a stipulation that if whoever's title won, it would adorn a Goosebumps book in the original 62. Well, Jimmy's title, Slime Doesn't Pay, never happened in the original 62. But today, after how many years was this? Almost 30 years. We check on Amazon, and coming out in October 3rd, 2023, from Blackstone Publishing, R.L. Stine will be releasing a book called, read it and weep. Just kidding. Slime Doesn't Pay. Right? Now, the story behind how this happened is pretty crazy, right? So, there's a fellow out there on YouTube, not YouTube, Twitter, named Jude DeLuca. They write for pointhorror.com. They're the main reason why a lot of this Lost Media stuff gets discovered, right? A while ago, they discovered Dead Dogs Don't Fetch, and that was a widely searched, obscure Goosebumps contest story, and they've also been involved with other discoveries as well. But this, how this became about, from what I know, is insane, and I have no words. So, let me give some backstory before I read the synopsis of this book, right? So, Jude and I, and a few others, we're in like Discords and stuff. We're like pretty much like Lost Media hunters for Goosebumps. And we did some sleuthing a while back, about last year, trying to find this contest winner that won the contest for this Name of Goosebumps contest all the way back in 1994. And I know you might have heard this from, if you've watched Kid Leaf Stoops' video, he brings up Slime Doesn't Pay in it. And it's mainly known to be a title that never happened in the original 62, right? So, Jude and I, worked together. I was pretty much the person who found this person, and Jude reached out and interviewed them. And during the interviewing, Jude reached out to R.L. Stine personally and asked him about the title. And all I know is I've seen evidence of this conversation they had, and Stine said something on the lines of, "That's a great title. I don't know why I never used it." Well, now he's using it for a book, and he's not publishing it through Scholastic. It's not going to be under Goosebumps, which is kind of weird, but it's officially Goosebumps. At least I'm going to consider it. Like, people call the original 62 the original 62. I'm going to be like original 62 asterisk 63 because the slime doesn't pay here. But here's the plot synopsis. It's supposed to come out on October 3rd, 2023. It's 192 pages specifically. So it looks like they already have some type of draft for it. And the physical release will only be, as of now, in hardcover. And you can pre-order them on Amazon right now. You can pre-order them on Barnes & Noble. You can pre-order them on Blackstone Publishing's website. I'll put a link for the Amazon one in the video. So this seems legit, and I know some people in the Discord were saying that this could be a fake, like the infamous IMDb fake TV show a list of episodes a few years back. But this doesn't seem fake because there's pre-orders and it's linked to R.L. Stine's name himself, and it's on some big book publishing websites. So this seems to be real. A lost Goosebumps title, through the effort of fans, is getting made into a book finally. Not a Goosebumps book, but at least into a book. And the speculation why it was never made, right, was because people thought that it could have been just too close to Monster Blood, right? And a lot of people speculate why Monster Blood 3 happened was because Slime Doesn't Pay was supposed to be turned into a book, right? And the theory goes, since that would have been around the time that that book would have released, Scholastic probably looked at the draft that Stein had wrote, if he did write one, or maybe he just did an outline for it, and they said, well, this sounds like Monster Blood, we might as well make a third one. And that seems to be the theory, right? But I know I keep dancing around this. Let's get into the plot synopsis that's listed on Amazon here. So, lots of little brothers can be pests and troublemakers, but Amy's brother, Arnie, is a monster. In this R.L. Stine middle grade scare fest, Amy and her friend Lissa don't know what to do about Arnie's bullying, bad boy behavior, and mean jokes and pranks. The little monster is ruining their lives. The girls decide it's payback time. Total humiliation for Arnie. They find a recipe for green slime on a YouTube channel and mix a big bucket to pour over Arnie at his birthday party. To their horror, the girls instantly discover that slime doesn't pay. Before their eyes, Arnie's whole body starts to change. The slime turns him into a real monster. Now Amy and Lissa have two frightening dilemmas. Can they save their town from the raging Arnie monster? And is there any way to turn the monster back into Arnie? Yeah, I mean, this seems legit to me. I am flabbergasted at that, just by bringing up this title to R.L. Stine in a private conversation, right? Leads to this a year later. That blows my mind, and it makes me hopeful. Because, Stine has sat on some titles for years. Some off the top of my head. You got Morons from Mars, Dimwits of Doom, 43 Freakout Street, The Good, the Bad, the Very Itchy, and Feeding Frenzy, right? And then, of course, you have, like, Happy Holidays from Dead House and The Haunted Mask Lives and stuff. I think it would be so cool if, these next coming up books, if Stein's doing some standalone books with this publisher, Blackstone Publishing. I don't know if they're affiliated with Amazon. I'm taking a gander at this, and it looks like they might be kind of like an affiliate partner with them. I'm not too sure. But I would love it if he turned some of these Goosebumps titles into standalone books in Blackstone, or if he wants to put them in the new series House of Shivers, that'll be welcome. But this is huge news for Lost Media and Goosebumps, right? I'm going to consider this a Goosebumps book, only because the history behind it, right? It was supposed to be a Goosebumps title. It never got made. Now it's a standalone book. And I don't know what's going to come after this. I don't know if he's going to keep making more, but this is great. This, makes me feel like this community has a lot of power with R.L. Stine, and it also makes me think that R.L. Stine really does care about his long-term fans, and good titles, and I think there's a lot to be said by this announcement, and I have nothing but admiration for the man for doing this, and that's really great. So, yeah. So, one last time, go look on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description of the video. We got Slime Doesn't Pay. Like I said, it's supposed to release in October 3rd, 2023. So that means in 2023, we're getting a new Goosebumps TV show. We're getting the final 2 Slappy World books, the first House of Shivers book. We're getting a Stein Tinglers 2. And Slime Doesn't Pay, the title of a long-lost Goosebumps book that was supposed to be in the original 62. Even though it's not Goosebumps, but still. Crazy stuff. Alright, so that's my impromptu talk type of video. Let me know down in the comment section. What do you think about this news? Do you think it's crazy? If you're into this stuff? Are you guys going to pre-order this? I think this company that is publishing this book mainly does ebooks. And since it appears they're only doing hardcovers as of now, I'm waiting for the cover to drop before I pre-order anything. But, yeah. Are you going to pick this up in physical? Or are you going to get it on ebook? Let me know. And I'll see you next time.